Hello, church. We want to take some time to create a space for the 8 individuals who were murdered in the mass shooting in Atlanta this week. As you know, 6 of the women were Asian women, and we want to hold them and their families to the light of Christ. Many of us are finding it hard to put into words how we feel. You might be feeling a sense of frustration, overwhelming anger, hurt, and maybe even fear. If anything, if you're anything like me, it's been a hard time. It's a hard thing to process because it's hard to articulate anger when you've been taught to be quiet and to not draw unnecessary attention. I think for some of us, sometimes it's hard to recognize injustice against Asians when you've been told all your whole life that you don't belong here and that you're not entitled to the same rights as others. So many of us have learned to accept this as the price we pay or the price that we must pay as immigrants, as children of immigrants, and as people of color. You see, life is sacred, and all of life should be protected. That's why we can come to God in our honesty and in our hurt, trusting and knowing that He is angry too. So let's lament together. Let's grieve and cry. Let's come before God honestly with words or even wordless cries. And let's come with our prayer, praying that God will move, will make changes, and will make all things new. Unfortunately, this is not something that can be fixed overnight. We as a ministry wanted to take some time to also process, grieve with the body in our world, and not just offer opinions and quick reactions. Instead, I felt like the leaders also need time to process and to handle this national grief together, and also prayerfully respond and biblically respond. And so that will take time, but be on the lookout for that. We want to give you a theological response as a people of God to all of these injustices, including the recent ones against Asian Americans. So keep an eye out. But for now, we want to hold the sacred space by being present and holding this collective grief together. Okay? So in the meantime, take care of one another, show kindness and grace, be angry, cuss, cry, do whatever you gotta do to express that in prayer and to also process it with friends and family. I encourage you to write, to journal, to let things out on paper or in creative ways, to express and to let it out in art. And so yeah, take some time to process it and produce art in this time. But I just want you to know the pastoral office hours are still going on. And so if you'd like to process this with pastors in the church, of course, feel free to contact us and we would love to pray with you and process with you. Anyways, we are here for you. We love you. And let's enter in to worship together with holding the deep anguish and also not shying away from our incredible anger, but also entering worship time with great anticipation, because we are the people that know how this is all going to end. And that's why we can worship not just with our honest feelings of anguish and anger, but we can worship with deep faith and hope, because we know Jesus is going to make all things new. Love you guys, and let's worship together.